let's go watch it in 2D. No, let's go watch it in 3D. But if we watch it in 3D, then is it worth the cost?
Bumblebee, you must protect Earth.
What are you? Where did you come from?
War is coming.
Did he just say something about a war?
Hello, hello, hello. This is Adolf Vega, and I have with me
Jake Jarvis.
And today we're reviewing Bumblebee, the newest Transformers movie. Now, I did not watch it. Jake did. So this is going to be a spoiler-free review. Now, onto the 3D aspect first. What'd you think of the 3D?
Oh, it was really strong. Travis Knight really took advantage of his background in 3D animation and 3D releases of that animation, and he just made the 3D just really pop in this movie. It was it was perfectly lit. Even dark scenes popped. I was very impressed. Just one set piece after another was just really just beautiful. The one scene where they have an establishing shot with the moon and the stars was jarring because it was flat. Because it would be because of the depth of field when you would to do it naturally, but I've seen a few movies like Venom push it, do what it wouldn't be natural to just give it a better 3D experience. That just stood out because everything else was just so perfect. I was very impressed with 3D in this.
Now, you mentioned in your review that the opening of the movie in Cybertron looked really great in 3D. Is that right?
Yeah, they do. It starts off with a top shot and the depth, the spires of the buildings, stuff pointing up at you, and the fight and the war. It's just bam, bam, bam. It's exciting, and when they set up everything and the Autobots against the Decepticons and the war.
Now, you mentioned something about Pong and having the TV.
Oh yeah, there's a scene where the house is trashed, and there's a beautiful shot of the mayhem from inside the television, and the TV has a Pong game, the old video game from the 70s, Pong, and you can see the Pong game happening on the screen, and you're from the inside, and it was just such a beautiful effect.
Is that one of the things that you will never forget about?
Yeah, it's just wow. It's just such an amazing shot. And another shot I really liked is in the Sector 7 headquarters. You have the head scientist and one of the military guys talking about what they're going to do with the Decepticons and about the Autobots, and the reflection in this glass enclosure, and it just is the depth, and it's just gorgeous.
Okay, so sounds like it was a pretty great 3D presentation.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was really, really nice.
Do you know if this was shot in 3D? Because I know the last one was shot IMAX 3D, and I think almost all of them before, the last few of them have been really strong 3D too, really great, Do you know that or no?
No, in the credits they were talking about conversions, so this was probably a conversion, but damn did it look good. I was, like I said, I don't know how many more ways I can express really impressed.
Okay, so great 3D it is, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, great 3D.
Now, on to the movie itself. So, Transformers movies are Transformers movies. The last one I watched was the last one that came out, and it was filmed in IMAX 3D, and it was dumb. It was stupid. I liked it still. I'm able to like him, but I just wasn't into this beforehand. I haven't watched the movie. So you kind of understand a lot of people are like just tired of them. What do you think about this movie?
Uh, I'm this was is a complete change of pace. I mean, I have zero interest in Transformers. I was too old for them when they originally came out, and I have seen some of them on disc because people would buy them for me as gag gifts because they could pick up Transformers 3D Blu-rays for like $5. So watch them, laugh at them, and have a drink coaster afterwards. And this movie, this is like I joke. This is like the first of this franchise. It's actually a real movie.
Okay, so this a prequel? Is this a reboot? How does this work?
Oh, it functions as all of them. I mean, this is like a prequel. This is like a reboot. Uh, and this is it's like an 80s. It's kind of it's like an 80s family film. I mean, this movie is a lot like E.T. or The Goonies or Explorers or all those kind of sci-fi action adventure family films.
This was not directed by Michael Bay.
No, he's just a producer. This is directed by Travis Knight. He's an animation guy out of Portland, Oregon. He directed Kubo and the Two Strings, and his studio is responsible for stuff like Paranorm and Coraline.
So what's the story about this?
Basically, it's Bumblebee comes to Earth to set up a base, and is gets severely injured by a Decepticon and is found by an 18-year-old car enthusiast named Charlie. She repairs him, uh, protects it, and it's her kind of some. She's dealing with her family problems, and Bumblebee he's there supposed to establish a base for the Autobots in their fight against the Decepticons, and the Decepticons come to find him on Earth and severely injure him. They tear out his voice box and beat him so bad he causes severe memory failure. Yeah, if this yeah, this is a PG-13 movie. If this was people instead of robots, it would be NC-17. It's violent.
Now, how does it compare to like other Transformers movies? And other Transformers movies have a distinct comedy style, quote unquote. Is it that kind of movie too, or not really?
Not at all. I mean, there are some comedic moments, but it's not. They don't have the crude humor. There's no Transformers urinating on people and using wrecking balls as testicles.
Okay, so what didn't you like about the movie?
There were few. Ironically, I said the worst part of the movie is the main characters are all toys.
Okay.
I mean, I just would rather Travis Knight had worked on another property of his own, because I mean Transformers is a limiting, but I think all things considered, he did an amazing job. I mean, you forgot you're watching a property that's a shameless cash grab to sell toys.
Okay, so what do you give it?
8 out of 10.
Oh wow, that's
Yeah,
pretty high.
I can't believe it either.
Okay, sounds great. That's it for us. Bye.
Okay, bye.
All right, before this podcast ends, I want to give a thank you to my patrons. Right now, we have one patron, which is David from Spain, and I want to thank you for your financial support. All right, so that's going to be it for this podcast.
We now have a Patreon, and the link is in the description. Thanks for watching.
And we are on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, a little bit everywhere. Just look for us 3D or 2D. And of course, review us on iTunes. And if you want to write us a letter, our email address is email3dortwo d@gmail.com. So that's going to be it. Thanks for listening. Bye.
Bye.
Okay, bye.
Bye, everyone.